Hey everybody, it's the Abstractionist. I'm here with what is it? Venus. I was like, wait, I said I was doing Venus, Jupiter, and Pluto. Yeah. So let's get to it. Sorry, these things are like extra late and shit. I don't know. I've just been so behind on doing it. It's for summer 2023. I'm using Cosmic Tarot. It's a Venusian deck to me, so I'm going to be using it. Now, let's see. I'm going to turn this off. Turn it up. I don't know. I like soft background of like something. I don't like complete silence. Okay, so have Nine of Wands. Oh, the Tower, the Hanged Man, Seven of Swords. So there just could be something that you're not seeing clearly, and you need to wait until it all blows over. It could be something medical where like you think it's something really bad, but you got like a false positive or something like that, and it's not what you think. Waiting it out to get the full clear results will be best for you. So that could be the full clear results of like any tests you're taking, but like particularly tests like medical wise. With this Tower card, there could be a lot of money spent on it. There could be a lot of money spent on it. Second and third opinions. There could be with the Seven of Swords, like reason to doubt who it is that's doing it. Ten of Swords. So you also may be finding better medical professionals. This isn't medical advice or anything like that, because I'm not a doctor or anything, but you could be finding better medical care, better medical services that tailor to you, or if you embrace certain aspects of healing, you may be finding people who are more aligned with what you are into. And it could be like on a personal tip, you're just interacting with people who you would want to deal with more, and that comes as a shock perhaps to some people. Ace of Cups. It comes to as a shock to some people, mainly because perhaps there's a lot of money to be made with you being a client or a patient or something like that. It could be that you very long-standing relationships with people, and there just may be an assumption that you will always go for certain services. I think changing up what you need is paramount, and it could be like in addition to like waiting for test results and getting back definitive answer and getting second opinions to make sure those answers are truly definitive. It could be that you are interacting with people who bring new ideas to what you're trying to do and new enthusiasm for what you're trying to do. I would definitely, because everything seems like it's in fucking retrograde, to check any sort of contracts that you would have with people, particularly if they're doing work for you or you're doing work for them. Making sure that the deliverables that you guys have outlined are realistic and that you can achieve them in the time frame. You have all the materials, you have all of the finances that you need on your end or their end to complete the task. but to also check in on this, because it does seem like they're also, this is a totally different message than before now, that there could be a lot of things that end up coming up during this summer season. We only got like 2 months of summer left, really a month and 2 months. And you want to make sure that everybody is functioning really well. Like checking the backgrounds of people, making sure that they are reputable, making sure that they don't have like disappearing like websites. Like, so an example would be, this isn't really anything bad per se, but I had like an account with another kind of content creation website, and then I went there because I was like, man, I need to like put some stuff up there, and then like I couldn't access the website anymore. And so you don't want a situation like that where the business is kind of closing down, but before they do, on the more dubious tip, they kind of take your money and then run, and then you can't find the company because it no longer exists, or they're not being honest about whether or not they're able to do what you need them to do. I feel like it is a good time for money. It is a good time for progress and disturbing the peace, so to speak, when it comes to what you're used to, and it kind of allowing what you're not used to shine through or impress you or make itself known. Things that you would scoff at or not believe could work for you in your favor. It may be a good period to give those things a try, because it may work out really beneficial for you. You may have very fixed ideas about, with this 10 of Swords and this 7 of Swords, you may have fixed ideas on what you do and do not want, will and will not allow. And it's not that you need to be flexible to the point of being like a pushover or having no real boundaries, but you do need to reevaluate what's going on with that and why, and ultimately make some changes as needed, because there are some changes that should be made. With the Hanged Man energy, it may be best if you just show with your actions and your money and with your kinship and your fellowship, as opposed to speaking about a whole bunch of stuff. Like when things go left, or even if things go right, like just kind of solidly acknowledging it within oneself and feeling that ease or dis-ease in your body will help you move forward. Because, you know, 7 of Swords, that 10 of Swords, going back and forth on the phone, people going back and forth in person with people. People just need to see what you're gonna do. Like, I don't feel like people, it's not like people won't believe you if you say something, but I kind of just feel like for you guys, having enough, like, like, whatever is on your mind, just, I would say just, like, act on it, as far as, like, you're gonna move in a certain direction to get a certain result. And you're not gonna just, like, go back and forth and keep it inside. You're going to actually act on it. You're going to take the time. You're going to go within. You're going to figure out what's going on. And then you're going to move forward. Doing what's best for you is best for you. Making sure that you acknowledge that and you don't necessarily take it for granted that that people will understand that. You don't have to explain it. I'm going to say it. You don't have to like keep explaining something to people when it comes to that. But I do feel like saying it once and then like moving forward with your actions helps, because it's like verbalizing it does kind of set the tone. Like, you kind of know now because I've verbalized it straight and direct to you what I'm on, where I'm moving towards, and then you can make your shit accordingly. versus if you just act, people kind of feel like out of the loop, like you didn't tell them, even though your actions are telling them, and they should take the hint. Verbalizing it while you're taking the actions will put people's mind at ease, or it'll just let people know what the boundary is, what the new story is going forward. There are a few things that may blow up. It could be that they are false starts, but it could be like literally they're just not things that you need to be doing anymore. It could be people that get like mad and then like they get mad and then leave, right? They get mad and they blow up, or like, you know, they're haters or something like that, and they like cause a lot of confusion, and that's their way of kind of showing that they are no longer vibing with you. But like, it's just trying to show you that they're no longer right, and instead of quietly going, they just make a bunch of fuss and ruckus. They make a bunch of ruckus. Don't be deterred by that. Don't be swayed by that either. You don't need to stoop low or anything like that. You don't need to convince people either that what you're doing is right or wrong, or convince them to stay if they're gonna leave, especially if they are in the mindset of doing that so that you can kind of like beg for them to stay. Yeah, you can just leave, you know? There's no point. 10 of Wands. It can be very painful to be around you at this time. Like, yeah, it can be really painful for people. It could be bringing up a lot of people's, I don't know, like fears or something like that. Fears and desires. And yeah, people may just like start leaving your life because they can't handle it on a subconscious level. That's okay. Like, you have enough dignity to move forward. You are able to verbalize what you want and act on it. Most importantly, for you acting on it. Most importantly, for other people verbalizing it. And you have the ability to kind of wade through whatever it is that you're going through. I would say make sure that if you do suffer from some sort of negative self-talk, that you do talk aloud to yourself, or make recordings or something like that and then play it back to yourself. Because sometimes you may need to hear things, right? Hear things that are encouraging. And so you don't want to implode because you're making all of these changes and stuff like that, and you're keeping things in a lot. So that's the only kind of downside, that like, yeah, you may be making all these changes internally and you're just simply acting on the changes, right? But sometimes when you get discouraged, you may feel like because you're acting, there's no real feedback, I guess, that you can ping off of. Because everything is so self-motivating, self-directed, self-controlled, that you need that verbal kind of like feedback off. It's not enough that things are going right. I think to quell the fears, there is kind of like a maternal soothing, where like your parents, particularly your mother, if you have good relationships with your mother, like is encouraging to you, and it's almost like that's the like breast milk that's sustaining you and feeding you for some reason. So for some people, this could be like having to do with mother kind of stuff. I don't know. But a lot of it is just kind of growing and developing and leading the life that you want to live, and making sure that you are going forward with it and not deceiving yourself and not letting other people deceive you, but it's more of yourself. And the people who are going to leave are going to leave, and the people that get it will get it. Yeah. Okay, Venus, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.